Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jasson. Thank you for joining us. We are downtown again today on what, as we make this taping, just a beautiful day here in downtown Lancaster. Sunny. It's fall time of the year. I'd say most people would say maybe their favorite time of the year. I'm guessing they would say that. And I would say that too, except I know what's coming after this beautiful time of the year. I know there's something out there that I may not be that keen on, but for right now, this is just a wonderful time of the year, and one of the reasons I think, certainly I like this time of the year, when it gets like this, you know it's fair time. And that's a perfect segue into our segment. We're going to talk about the Fairfield County Fair, the 172nd edition of the Fairfield County Fair. It's just a magical time of the year, easily the high point, I think, in Lancaster and Fairfield County, the Fairfield County Fair. And we've got the people here to talk about it and just tell us how wonderful it is. To my far right is Jim Marcinko. He is the fair director. This is Barb Lamp, first timer with us today. Barb is the president of the board. I want to thank you both for coming. You've worked along and many months and to get to this moment, and it's getting close now, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Like really close.
Really close. But you've done this before. Is this your first year on the board?
No, I've been on the board.
But not the
3
president.
terms, not the president.
Okay, so this will be your first time. Okay,
right.
It's different rules when you get
Yes,
to the top
it
of the
is.
food chain.
Right.
That's right. And Jim's done this for, of course, a number of years. I'm sure, even though you've done it for, gosh knows how long, some things are different every year. But we're back to full go now. Everything is just like the old time fair we all remember.
Right. Oh yeah, everything's the same. Nothing, no restrictions, nothing at all going on. So we want everybody to come out and have a good old-fashioned family fun fair.
Old-fashioned family fun. Is that our theme for this year?
Yep, that's right.
There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. At least we were just talking before we came on, kind of reminiscing. I think we all have a number of fairs under our belts that we've gone to, and things are different now at the fair. It's not the fair you were when I used to walk over from the west side, just walk to the fairgrounds. And we back then, if you went to Lancaster High School, I think you pretty much got 2 or 3, 4 days off. I can't remember, but we weren't an agricultural school. I know a lot of the agricultural schools back then got the whole week off because they had animals, they had everything going on. We've got like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off back in those days, and I'm sure those things changed, but I like to talk about the fair. One thing I don't think, and Barb, you can answer to that because you're involved in the swine area of that, is this fair is really, in my mind, agriculturally based. It has to do with the animals, with the kids. I think of that as just being a huge part of the fair.
Yes, our FFA and our 4-H programs are really geared to helping the kids learn what a project is, because they may not get grand champion every year, but just meeting other friends from the different county schools, and a lot of our county schools are still out the entire week.
Okay.
And kids have to make choices as to what kind of projects they take, because they don't want to be showing animals on the same day. They have to look at the schedule and see, well, am I going to take rabbits this year, or do I show sheep or hogs or beef? Because everything's done in the first 3 days of the fair.
Yeah.
So the parents get kind of involved a lot, helping their kids get stuff ready. But by the time the fair comes, the kids have their animals ready, and it's just waiting for the judges. So.
And Jim, when you talk about the animals and the judging, is that still a big deal back there in the arena back when you have the judging?
Oh yeah. We have to start actually looking for judges several months out. I mean, we generally start first part of the year because some of them get real busy.
They do other fairs?
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
And fortunately, we're the last fair, so as far as those judges, we're limited that way. But it's you can have a judge 2 years. Then after that, then you have to get a different judge.
And then they can return after a year off.
Yeah, right. And then also our judges, with all the increase of gasoline prices, we also pay mileage.
Okay.
Because
probably not
them.
everyone does that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And so the judges do a great job. So with showmanship. Now showmanship is becoming a lot of families. Kids go out and buy high-priced animals, which is fine, but then some families feel that showmanship and premier exhibitor is more important. Because showmanship, you're actually learning about the animal, and then premier exhibitor, you're the top in that field.
Okay.
So,
it's
yeah.
different now.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Exciting time. The first 3 days, I didn't realize all this kind of took place
Yes.
in the first 3 days.
A lot of your judging gets done by that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have your sales on Thursday and Friday. The market, when we have different orders for each year, different animals. But,
Yeah.
And then Barb, I think, want to talk a little bit maybe about the junior fair sale.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the sale is on Thursday and Friday, and we have what you call a buyer's club. So if somebody wants to give money to various kids, they can put the money in the buyer's club and they'll put it to different kids. Also, you can always do add-ons, like if you find out your neighbor boy or girl got grand champion or something, you want to give them $25, $50 more, you can add on. There's a
Okay.
limited time. And then, of course, you can go to the auction if you can stand the noise. So, but talking about, I got to put a
crowd.
plug in for my soccer team at Amanda. The livestock, the hog show, I'll leave Thursday night. And then about 11:30 at night, I have the Amanda soccer boys. They've been doing it for about 5 years for me. They come in and clean out the hog barn. And that is not a fun job. And they get it done about 2:30 in the morning. And then we pay them, but not quite a lot, but they like doing it.
Yeah.
And then we get ready for our jackpot show on Saturday.
Good team project.
Yes,
man.
right.
Good team project.
So there's stuff
Team
going
building.
on.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on all week. So
So Jim, if we look at the other aspects of the fair, we've always got you've always got the rides,
Right.
you've got the foods, you've got the art hall going on over there, where there are still lots of 4-H stuff going on over there. Is things pretty set on that?
Yeah. Well, we're still doing open class entries down at the fair.
Okay.
till
And
Thursday.
They close Thursday. Yep. So if anybody out there wants to do, I'm not sure when it shows, but we do have the open class still going on, and that's your items like in the art hall, or you can have open class hog show and a beef show, but mainly your art hall stuff like that. There's a couple of species.
Then we have a nice rodeo.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the combine demolition.
Well, what a huge
People come to
huge
that.
event.
And then also
Oh,
a truck
my
and
golly.
tractor pull.
Yes, those events are
Yeah.
just kind of legendary these
You
days.
need to make sure that you get a team up and you can do the human tractor pull.
Oh, how
The
about that?
human tractor pull.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be first in line for
And
that.
that's on the combine derby. That's intermission. That's the
okay.
human tractor pull.
Well, yeah, put my name in
Yeah.
for that.
Two guys.
You wait for me to
I
show
think you have
up.
4 or 5 people. Maybe get
Yeah.
Bob and Patty and
Yeah, we'll
He's a
get
young
Shane.
guy.
We'll
Yeah,
get everybody
right.
on. A
And
bunch
then-
of big old boys.
Some of the events for little kids, they have a coloring contest.
That's
the
maybe
fair.
more our speed
Yeah,
at interval.
and
Well,
they
you're
get it's
too old,
for
I
the
think.
small
Stay
kids.
in
They
the
get
lines.
it. Yes, and then there's also a pedal pull in the round barn. I think it's
That's
on
always
Saturday.
well
Yes.
attended. Yes.
Saturday morning.
Yes, and those kids are very competitive. These little kids.
Sure,
So-
sure. Mom and Dad, come
yeah.
on.
So there's stuff going on the
A lot
whole
of fun.
week.
A lot
yeah.
of fun for
It's
the whole
October
family.
9th through the 15th. I don't even know if I ever
Yeah.
said that. 172nd anniversary. It's remarkable that even now, this many years later, this is the event in Fairfield County, as far as I'm concerned. And I think you both would agree. I know you're biased a little bit, but
Little bit.
but this is still such a. I tell people my story was when I was a kid. This is the only fair I'd ever gone to for city folk.
Yeah.
So I go in the Army, and I never go anywhere else to a fair. So I come back, I go to some other county. My friend took me a fair. It's about as big as this bank.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
thought every fair was like ours.
Oh,
I thought,
no.
oh no,
No.
this is the Lancaster Fair. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
I'm sure in taking this over, you found this out.
Yeah, and we try to make it so it's affordable for the families to come, but their kids.
Now, what's the cost now?
It's $7 admission for anybody
Okay.
10 and over.
10 and over.
9 and under is free.
Okay, and parking is a fee for
Parking's
that?
free.
No.
Free
Parking's
parking.
free.
So in this case, you pay to get in, but parking's free.
Right.
Exactly.
And I'm amazed. You go there, you look at that gigantic parking lot. Sometimes
Oh,
it's
yes,
full.
it's
Yeah.
full.
There's
Yeah, a
you
lot of
can't get
times.
in there.
We fall up, we have to turn them off. Now this year, one thing different, if I have time,
Yeah.
we have 2 different places we're having shuttles from.
Oh,
We're
that's
going to have a
nice.
shuttle from the mall,
Yeah.
River Valley Mall at the, well, I'm not good at names of the stores. Out there we'll have a big yellow sign.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to have one from the OUL branch.
That's nice.
That's
That's
a new
good.
one this year.
Yeah.
from
Oh, is that
the
right?
People from this side of town. And then they'll just come in, drop them right off at the fairgrounds, and then they'll come back and pick them up later.
Now, are these your buses or the public transportation?
It's the public transit buses.
Good.
So yeah, we're fitting into their schedule, or they're fitting us into their schedule.
Sure.
We appreciate that.
And you've had good response with the one before? You get good ridership on that one?
We have good response from the River Valley Mall.
Okay.
So
now you're going to put a second one out there and see how that works?
Right. Well, some nights we run out of parking, so this way we figure we can shuttle you in. We can still get you in, and you just better come to the fair.
Well, that'd be nice.
Park there and ride in.
If you can't get in, you can
Take a ride.
You don't have to worry about walking anywhere or anything like that. So
yeah, and we're very appreciative that OU Wall is letting us use part of their parking lot down there for that. So that makes it real nice. Community working together.
Well, and what were the extra events? You said in the evening we've got the
Rodeo.
The rodeo, that was one. When is that?
That's on Monday evening.
Monday night. And then
Tuesday.
Tickets, you have to get tickets for this?
Yeah, for the rodeo, it requires a ticket.
And buy them underneath the grandstand there?
Well, you can buy them there in the fair office. You can call the office.
Okay.
You can order them over the phone.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, we have a Bon Jovi tribute band.
Oh, nice.
Not Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Tribute band, okay.
That's become a big thing anymore. These tribute bands are very nice.
That's actually a free show.
And tickets are the same, underneath.
No,
it's a free show.
It's a free show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So just buy it again, pay to get in the fair.
Okay.
Then you can go up and sit down and watch
it. Right.
And then Wednesday night we have a truck and tractor pull. And then Thursday we have the Combine Derby, which is Barb's favorite thing.
Oh, yes.
And
really.
There's a little noise to that, too, I remember.
Yes.
And then we have the Auto Demo Derby Friday, Saturday to close out the fair.
Do you still have horse racing?
Oh, you have horse
and
racing.
The mules?
That
Wednesday and Thursday.
was a big deal. Wednesday and Thursday, harness racing. That was always such a big deal. I'm glad the fair keeps that going.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're very fortunate that we have people that want to come to the fair to do that, because the horse numbers are down from what they used to be.
Sure.
And it makes it harder to get enough horses to do races. That's the thing. Even though the money amounts went up.
So the hours are, we know Sunday will be the
free day.
October 8th will be the free day. And it's always a huge crowd out there. Our hall's not open, so you can go out there, but you can't see everything. No animals, none of stuff like that. But then at 9th is at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Opening. That's the grand opening of the fair. Always a nice turnout for that. You'll have the new queens down there that turn out for that. That's an exciting time. And then what are the actual hours of the fair?
Well, actually about 7 in the morning till 10 at night.
Typically till 10.
Till the ride stops.
Sure.
Till everybody to get out.
Yeah. Last call.
Last call.
Time to get out.
Time to go.
So it's October 9th through the 15th. Again, I've had Jim Marcinko with me and Barb Lamp. Jim is the fair director. Barb is the president of the agricultural board. So we thank you both. You've done a great job getting to this point. It's an exciting time. Kind of brings the hair up on your neck a little bit, because here we go. We hope we haven't forgotten anything.
Ready or not.
Ready or not. So we're looking forward to it. You guys do a great job. We just have such a wonderful fair. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate
you
it.
having us.
Sure,
Really
sure.
do. Thank you.
Fairfield County Fair, October 9th through the 15th. And we all know the Fairfield County Fairgrounds. Wonderful time. We'll be back on Fairfield today.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
When I volunteer, when I come over here, first thing I think about is my dad. But then also think about all the people that helped us when we were here.
Something brings me here, and I feel that it's my dad's spirit. He wants us here. He wants us to give back because of what I did for him. And I think that's helped me with a lot of my grief.
The support of the people here and the volunteers. That makes it a great place. I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. We are excited to share the joys of the fall season with you. As we move into cooler weather, we hope to see you at Football Friday nights and the County Fair. As you enjoy the season of changing colors, we also want to remind you of the change we hope to see. We pursue a vibrant community where everyone leads a fulfilling life and everyone makes meaningful contributions. Don't forget to stop by our social purpose enterprise, Art and Clay on Main and Square 7 Coffee House, to paint a new piece for your table this season or enjoy a handcrafted fall beverage.
Welcome back to Fairfield today. We'd like to thank everybody from the Fairfield County Fair who was nice enough to come down and talk with us today. It's getting to be an exciting time of the year, so we're looking forward to that. We're going to change gears here a little bit and talk about something that necessarily isn't Lancaster, Fairfield County, but it's certainly Central Ohio, and a name that maybe you're not familiar with. It's Magical Moments, and this is an organization that's really located in Central Ohio. They have a foundation, Magical Moments Foundation, and with me is one of the people that were in on the ground floor, one of the people that started all this, Krista Schrader. Krista, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here with us. Magical Moments Foundation.
Yes.
And they have a great website. It's magicalmomentsfoundation.org. You have a great website, a lot of information, everything about it, the people, what you do, how it's run. But in your words, tell us what you do up there.
Sure. So we started, my husband and I started Magical Moments Foundation in 2020, right before the pandemic.
Oh boy.
Fabulous time to start a nonprofit.
Oh boy.
And we are a wish granting organization for children with facial differences. So
Wow.
we grant these magical moments to inspire and encourage our children to dream big and to pursue their dreams. So we've been doing that ever since, and it's really taken off. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, the fact that you started it during the absolute worst time to start a nonprofit or anything like that, and here you are now, fast forward a couple years later, and you're still going and it's still growing, says that you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, the first year, so we received our approval in May of 2020. So that was kind of the height of the COVID. And the first year was really difficult to grant any magical moments because
Sure.
everything was locked down and
Yeah.
traveling was difficult, and everyone's comfort level at that time was different with COVID. And so really we used 2020 as a great foundation setting time frame to really throw ourselves into magical moments full time, to get everything kind of in a row. And then 2021 was just a wonderful year to actually start granting those magical moments. And through our stories, we've been able to kind of continue to grow much faster than I think we anticipated.
But that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's been very busy.
Sure.
And this year has just been nonstop. So big things to come for next year, I'm sure.
So be careful what you wish for, but you survived the pandemic and now you're growing. And I'll tell you, that's one thing I noticed on the website. They've got, it's a real good interactive website. You can look all things up. They've got tabs for just about everything. But one of them was the stories.
Mm-hmm.
My golly, that's some tough stuff there, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We really wanted to showcase our kids and tell a little bit about their special story. So we have a lot of our stories on there of some of the prior magical moments that we've granted. And they range from everything from meeting, one little girl wanted to be a pastry chef, and we sent her and her family down to Orlando, and she met with the head pastry chef at the Four Seasons Resort, international chocolatier. In fact, he holds the world record for the best chocolate cake in the world. So she was able to go behind the scenes and learn what it takes to become a pastry chef. And then we have other stories. We have one little boy who actually just got back from his magical moment, and he's obsessed with monster trucks. He wants to be a monster truck driver.
Nice.
So we sent him and his family down to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we have some friends down there, and they created an entire VIP experience. He got to do a ride along in the truck. He got to meet all the drivers. wonderful time for the families. It's not just the kids that are impacted by these moments, it's the entire family. And then, of course, ourselves as well. To be in person when a magical moment is taking place, it's life-changing.
Sure. Now, obviously, there is a fee, a cost to run this kind of organization that you have, and you have a big fundraiser coming up this weekend. This is a big deal.
We do. So it's Saturday, October 1st.
Yep.
And it's called A Night of Magic. It's our big annual premiere gala that we do. And it's really the best way to, one, raise awareness about what we're doing, and also to raise funds to help support the magical moments for the next year. So a lot of work goes into it. We've got some great magical moments. We're granting a few of them live on stage.
Oh, boy.
So no one knows that yet. Sneak peek.
Okay. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, just a little heads up, a little teaser. But it's really going to be a magical night.
And I'm talking with Krista Schrader. Krista is Director of Operations? Or
I am the co-founder and executive director.
Executive Director, co-founder of Magical momentsfoundation.org, a wonderful website where you can hear what they do with these young people, how they change lives and make such a difference. And again, this event Saturday, again, is kind of a twofold thing. Obviously, it's a fundraiser. That's very important and much needed. But it's also to raise awareness, to get the word out there. Now, is there any other organizations in the country that do what you do?
So there are about 350 wish-granting organizations across the United States, but they only work with children who have life-threatening and terminal illness.
Yes.
We are not. We are very different. We only focus on children with facial differences. Now, that could be a variety of different issues. That could be a genetic condition, congenital anomaly. That could be, trauma from a burn or a scar, from cancer treatments. So we have several different diagnoses that we cover, but we're the only ones who serve our children across the U.S.
How did you come up with that idea?
So my husband's a pediatric plastic surgeon, and he really loves what he does. He really loves taking care of kids. And, one night, January 2020, we were sitting around the dinner table. This is a real story. And I asked him, I said, are there any wish-granting organizations for children with facial differences? And he said, Krista, he's like, I don't know. And we started Googling, and we found nothing. And then I told him, I said, well, we need to do something. And that's how magical. 2 days later, our entire basement was filled with We still have the poster boards.
Just meant to be. Just kind of that jump-started it, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
If on your website, again, there's just all kind of good information. 501c3.
Yes.
501c3. Of course, so everything's tax deductible. But if people want to find more about you and about the people on your board, it's got your, you're there, your husband's there, everybody's there, and they can find more information about it. I'd encourage people to look that up. And again, it's a very interactive website, very easy to use. You've got nice tabs there. You bring everything down. You can look things up.
Yes.
So this event will be this Saturday, but then you've also got things planned for the future?
We do. So 2 weeks after the gala, we do have a zoo appreciation event that we do every year for our families. So we like to just kind of give back to the families and make it a fun family event for grandparents and siblings. And it's really fun. We just have a quick program that we kind of go through with them, and then highlights of the year when we serve dinner, and then we have some special treats as well. So just a nice little way to give back. And then next year we're going to have some community events that we have on the schedule.
Things keep moving, getting bigger.
It's all about raising awareness and really being advocates for our kids.
Yeah.
So the more events we can do, local events, we do some street fairs, that kind of thing.
So what are the ages of the kids that would have a moment in this?
Sure. We serve kids ages 3 to 18.
Okay.
And then, of course, there are some special conditions depending on the child's special story and their circumstances. So we don't limit it to that. We do like that range.
That's just a guideline.
Yep, it's the guideline. Now, there are 3 factors when, say, there's somebody out there who's watching who knows a child with a facial difference, and maybe they want their own magical moment. They could go to our website, magicalmomentsfoundation.org. They can actually nominate the child on our website under the nomination tab. We ask a few questions, and we really base our nominations off of these 3 questions. 1, what's the child's special story? What's the background? 2 is, what is the wish for magical moment? What would inspire them? And 3, what is the impact of that magical moment? And I think that's the most important field. When we receive a nomination, that's what we look for. What is the impact going to be if this child were to receive that magical moment?
And you have a number of how many kids have been involved in this to this point?
Oh, goodness. So we probably have maybe 30 to 40 nominations sitting ready to go.
Really?
And it's just me working. We don't have a paid staff. It's just one person behind the scenes trying to
Nonprofit
get
truly means what it says.
I mean, I work out of my home office, so it's we are growing rapidly and looking to expand and hopefully eventually bring on some help to kind of alleviate some of the magic.
Krista Schrader with Magical Moments Foundation. Now, we talked about the kids being nominated. There are several different people that can be involved in this nomination process. Who can make that nomination?
Sure. Any adult. It could be a friend, it could be a neighbor, it could be the patient themselves.
Okay.
It could be a parent, it could be a provider, maybe a nurse or a doctor, social worker.
Teacher.
Teacher, absolutely.
Yeah. So you do all this online?
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Right on our website.
And so the 3 questions that you ask, those are filled out online too?
Yes.
You do everything right there?
Yep.
Then it goes to you.
Yep, it comes right
goes
to
to you, and then you move from there.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, it's a heck of an organization. Magical Moments. I mean, what a great idea.
It's been really fun. We've had some great magical moments. We granted one to a little girl. She wanted to be a singer-songwriter, and she loved the singer Jewel, the Grammy-winning singer Jewel. And we made that happen. She got a whole VIP experience behind the scenes back in June, and she met Jewel. And let me tell you, we were there for that magical moment. And life change. There isn't a bigger word than life changing. I wish there was. That's what I would use to describe it. But if a child can wish it, we can try our best to make it happen.
Sure, and I would say that when these big people like a Jewel, like the NASCAR people down, when they get wind of this, they know that's right up their wheelhouse.
They
know
love it. They pile onto it, and they end up usually kind of trumping things up and adding more to the experience, and we're just really grateful.
Now, is there a phone number that people would need to call? How do they get more information about? I know that's on the website, but is that the best way to go?
That's the best way to go. Email is, I'm a real-time communicator, so when I receive something, I like to email right away. It's info@magicalmomentsfoundation.org. That's the best way to reach us. Or my phone number is also listed on the website as well. Or they could also reach Richard, my husband, at magicalmomentsfoundation.org.
And as far as the fundraiser and the raising awareness thing on Saturday, they can still get all the information on there because you have a tab on events.
We do. It's under the events tab. They can purchase tickets. It's $150 for general admission. It's $250 for VIP. The VIP includes an hour early entrance, special attention by our illusionist Drew Murray. He's incredible.
Okay.
It includes some special hors d'oeuvres. It's a really great night.
Well, I think it's worth looking up and just finding more about it. I think you'll be amazed and kind of fascinated about the kind of work that Krista and her group of people have undertaken here for the last couple of years. It's a heck of an organization, Magical Moments Foundation. And again, that's magicalmomentsfoundation.org. That's the website. You're doing great work out there. You might have to get some people in to help one of these days. How much can you do?
I know. It's very busy.
Okay, well, very good. Well, you're doing great work up there. We appreciate your coming down to us. Again, this is a group out of Central Ohio, up around Columbus, and they come down here to join us to talk about it. So good luck at the gala. Hope it's a tremendous success. Get lots of, awareness. That's one of the big thing here. You just get the name lifted up. Because if you got the people ready to go, you just have to have the wherewithal to do it.
Exactly.
Sure. Krista Schrader with magicalmomentsfoundation.org. is the website. So Krista, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.